Well, I have finished quilting my Sunday drive, and I'm putting the binding on it, and I've went a long way around it. I've just got a little bit left here, and so just to show you how I do it, I'm going to attach the ends of the binding for you. Now, I'm not the expert at it, but I'm just going to show you how I do it. Well, plug up my machine. Wouldn't you know that it'd not be plugged up? And I was ready to sew. Push that foot pedal twice and it wouldn't go. Let's try it again. Now my binding is 2.5 inches wide, and I've sewed all the cut 8 pieces and sewed them together. And I'm just sewing 1/4 of an inch. Let me see how far I want to go here. I used to not be able to attach bindings very easy, but the more you do it, just like me, you can do it too. The more we do, the easier it gets. It takes practice sometimes. Now I want to scoot that over. I'll bring that back in just a minute. So I've got this piece here, and I've got an opening there. So I'm going to put that one over there. I'm going to bring this one over here, and I want it kind of in the middle. So I'm going to trim that one just a little bit. I'm going to trim it off. And I'm going to bring this one this way. Let me get it. I would usually, if I wasn't sitting here in front of the camera, I would probably stand up to do this. Give me a ruler, and I need a pencil too. Reckon where I could find a pencil. I'll find a pencil. Just give me just a second. I found one, but it wasn't sharpened, so I'm going to come back with this one, and I'm going to measure 2.5 from the edge of this one piece of fabric here, right there. I'm going to measure 2.5 over 2.5, which is going to put it right there. So I'm going to make a mark right there. And I'm just going to cut that. If it ain't right, we'll always wish it was, wouldn't we? I'm going to put that one, the face my fabric's up, and this one's going to go right here. And I'm just going to eyeball it. I don't always mark everything, and I'm going to sew right there. Now let me scoot this back over here. Move that so it's going to work. Get the ends of my thread. I'm gonna see. Whoops! Looky there. That's working. Just like that. And I'm gonna trim that piece off right there. I'm gonna put this back under the sewing machine. Go back up here to where I left off. And I used to be the girl or the woman that hated to attach the end of the binding. And it's not hard. Got a little tuck or two in there. Alright, now I'm ready to get my needle and thread. I'll get my needle and thread now. I'll flip that over to the back side. There's my pretty back. I'll flip that over and I'll take my needle and thread and do a little running stitch. If I can, you want me to find the needle? Let me show you how I'm attaching it on this other one. I'm hemming this one back here, is right there, is the one I'm working on with my needle and thread. But this one's waiting on me now. I've got this one started. See, it's flipped over. I have to rethread my needle just a minute, and I'm just going to go down and back up. Down, back up. And I wouldn't even have to put those clips, but I just did. But I could probably just hold it as I go and do that. This is a vintage top, and I quilted it for some ladies, and I didn't have to do the binding, but there's a soft spot in my heart for vintage quilts, and so I just decided I was just going to work on the binding on this one for them. And I had a friend bring 2 more quilts today that I've got to put on the long arm. So I've got work ahead of me. Now I'm just going to make some little stitches. I'm going to tie that off and see if I can rethread the needle and go again. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to put it down in there. Whoop. I'm going to stick it down in there and run it over here, feed it through there, and pull it up over here, over to the side, and cut that. And one of the hardest things for me to do, let me get, is that about long enough? That's about what I want my thread. See if I can rethread that needle. Where'd I put it? Here it is. There wasn't much thread left on that. Yeah, gotta lick it. Alright, I've got some needle threaders here, but I'd have to find them. Let's see if I can do it. I'm gonna go in there. That didn't go that time. Try it again. Come on. I got it. See? My old eyes can see, so that's threaded. Now, I'm gonna make a knot in it. Well, that knot not very good. Let's do that one more time. But I'm gonna start on this other one. Let's move this one over to the side. I'll lay you right there. And let's flip this over. And I'm going to run that needle in there, and I'm going to pop that knot in there. Just like that. Now I'm ready to take off. Need a couple of those clips. But I'm going to go down, back up, and hold it there, down and back up, and I just like the way it looks better if with my hand rather than sewing it down on the machine. Sometimes on the machine it just doesn't, the stitching just doesn't look as pretty. So I've got some work to sit and work on tonight, some hand work. That's the way I'm going to do that. And I'll show you. Let me show you what I've got to quilt though. I have a friend that's tuck a flag that was her husband's from the Navy, I believe it is. And we're going to quilt it. Defending freedom. So that's what I'm going to put on the machine, but probably that's not the one I'm going to do first. I'm going to do this other one first. This one she's made for one of her grandsons. These are not my quilts. I'm just going to quilt them on the long arm. Let me get it the right way. That's going on the long arm. And look how fancy. She put these flying geese all the way around it. So I've got this and this and this and this. I've got plenty to keep me out of trouble. I'll see y'all later. You learn, if maybe y'all are already perfect at sewing bindings, but it took me a lot of years to learn how to do them bindings. But I finally got it, and I think I'm going to be okay with it from now on. See y'all later. Bye for now.